Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and it is Monday, April 30th, 2018. Happy Monday everybody. Well, this weekend we saw quite a lot of stuff going on. It was an interesting weekend to say the least. And we'll start with taking a look at the markets. Now, right now, overall market cap, $429 billion. It's up a little bit. Check this out. Over the past week, it's gone up from $400 billion to $429 billion. All right, same thing for total market cap, excluding Bitcoin. And Bitcoin dominance has gone down just a wee little bit from 37% to 36%. Still not all-time lows. All-time lows were seen in January at about 32%, so we are not there yet, but maybe on the way. Now, we had some gainers, we had some losers, but overall, everything's looking pretty good over the past week. Bitcoin, 5% gains for the week. Ethereum, 6.8% gains for the week. Ripple and Bcash are down, okay? Evil is in the red, that's good. But EOS is up big, 61% for the week. We'll talk about that in a second. Cardano up 23% for the week. And Tron also up 78% for the week. Maybe people are anticipating a mainnet. All right. There are a whole bunch of other big gainers for the week. Eternity up almost 100%. So this one's come up quite a long way. BitShares up 50%. Ontology, a huge gainer for this weekend, up 100%. Could it go up higher? I believe so. I think Ontology still has a lot of room to grow. I'm optimistic about that platform, up among a whole bunch of others as well. Elf is up as well. So let's take a look. Well, EOS this week, shot up. This is just the past 7 days. Went from $11 to a high of $22. It doubled and then came back down to $18. You think people aren't buyer about EOS? Yeah, I think so. And the crazy thing is it's still in its ICO. Okay, this has not even hit the markets technically. Still in its ICO. It's being traded on the markets, but it's still in its ICO for a little while longer. People really believe in this. This is a $15 billion ICO. Crazy, but it's got Dan Larimer behind it, and people do believe in him. He's already created BitShares and also Steemit, which is a blockchain platform that lots of people use. You don't even know you're using the blockchain. Now, over the weekend, there was some speculation about EOS because it uses delegated proof-of-stake system. There's only 21 elected nodes, somewhat centralized compared with other options out there, so people are poo-pooing all over it. I think that the price got outrageous over the weekend. I do think that, especially when you consider back in October, it was 50 cents. Okay, that's when I picked up some EOS back then. It was 50 cents. Now it's gone up, 40 times just in this ICO. What's it going to do after the ICO? I don't know, but it's right now in 5th position on CoinMarketCap. All right, another one that saw some big gains over the weekend, Icon. Icon is another project with a lot of potential, South Korean blockchain project, and it went up this week from $3.83 to a high of almost $5, now back down to $4 and change. But Icon this week, they have the introduction of Icon Nest, their token launch platform. So they're going to be having ICOs on the Icon platform. All right, now Icon's really important because of the interoperability. You got to remember this. People want communication of blockchains. It's going to be necessary. Icon is leading the way in the Blockchain Interoperability Alliance. But they show you a little bit here what the Icon Nest looks like. So you can basically set up your ICOs so it makes it easy for anyone to have an ICO. And tells you all about the ICOs there. You can track them, do refunds, all types of stuff like that. The launch of the actual Icon Nest webpage May 11th. Now, on to some news. Google founder says we're in a tech renaissance, Ethereum a factor in the boom of computing. That's pretty cool that we're in a tech renaissance. So does that mean up until now it's been like the tech dark ages? So like people have been shitting in the streets and cutting off each other's heads and burning witches, and finally the Renaissance. We have like Da Vinci and Michelangelo and lots of wine. The good days are coming. But he goes on to say that Ethereum definitely played a big part in this because by being a proof of work coin, it's demanding better GPU processors, which has in turn allowed for more powerful machine learning. And he says that these better processors are actually causing the boom of computing including them being able to do all these AI things like understand images in Google Photos, allow Waymo cars to distinguish objects safely, translate hundreds of languages, do all types of stuff. Artificial intelligence is absolutely crazy. Also, I didn't include this, but Vitalik was just named a genius. I saw that in the news. I forgot to put it in here. He was just named a genius, received an award in New Jersey for becoming a genius. Good for him. Now, one of my favorite guys to look at, to quote in terms of Bitcoin, just because he's always like, phooey, that Bitcoin thing. Well, Warren Buffett, in the news again, he says Bitcoin is gambling, a game, not an investment. Yes, I can somewhat see what he's saying, but on the same hand, no, it's kind of hard to understand what he's saying because, all right, so Bitcoin is gambling. He says it here because it's kind of just like you buying it, you're speculating, thinking that someone else is going to pay more later. So he actually says it, yeah, he says it here. You're speculating. There's nothing wrong with it. If you want to gamble, somebody else will come along and pay more money tomorrow. That's one kind of game, but that's not investing. Charlie Munger, his buddy there, just hates it. It makes him sick. He talks about how it's a noxious poison, anything like that. But here's the thing. So Bitcoin being gambling, a game, not an investment. Yes, I see it totally. I own Bitcoin because I think people will pay more for it later. 100%. Is there no inherent value? Well, it does cost to create a Bitcoin. Is there no use for the Bitcoin network? Well, it actually is useful because we can use it as a currency that's not regulated by the state. We can also store information on there. We can execute smart contracts using other cryptocurrencies, things like that. So there is inherent value in it. Now, is it a value-producing asset? Maybe not in the sense of like real estate if you have someone living in a house and you're collecting money from them. Maybe not in the fact of a business, you're running it, generating money from that. But if gold is an investment, then Bitcoin to me is an investment as well. Okay? Because gold, I mean, what is it? It's a metal. Yeah, sure, you can use it in electronics and stuff like that. But Bitcoin is store value, just like gold, but also it can be used as well, just like gold. So if gold is an investment to me, then Bitcoin's an investment. But again, I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm not the Oracle of Omaha, okay? So that's what he says. In India, recently, the banks are facing lawsuits, so basically facing India's attempt to clamp down on cryptocurrency. The India's central bank is facing legal penalties. Even though the Reserve Bank of India is attempting to get cryptocurrency activity banned, it seems their efforts may prove pointless and even create more problems for them. You can't ban cryptos, not even in India. Now, why? Well, earlier this week, a petition was submitted to the Delhi High Court demanding the Reserve Bank's verdict. Apparently, the Indian Constitution does not permit for cryptocurrency activity to be banned. So because of that, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. Now, this news with India brings me to another topic. What a segue. ZEBI. ZEBI is one that was just recently released. Blockchaining India's big data, including the ZEBI AI chain for hospitality industry, with already 200 hotels in India already included in that. Now, what is ZEBI, you may ask? It's a young and innovative organization foundation managed by pretty successful people. So Oxford, Stanford, Google, Uber, Amazon, all these things. But what they're aiming on doing, providing blockchain-based solutions to governments and enterprises, particularly in India, for their high-value and sensitive data. ZEBI is one of the few enterprise-grade product companies based in India offering the best expertise of Silicon Valley at Indian prices. Now, ZEBI was just recently released on the CoinEx exchange, which another segue. I'm just nailing it with the segues today. QASH had a big day today, up 16%. Now, I think I'm going to do a review on QASH for today, coming up soon, because you guys have requested it. If you guys have other coins you want me to review, please let me know. Or other ICOs or any of that, just let me know. But why would the coin price be up? Or the QASH price be up? Well, potentially because of this World Book release. So the World Book is basically how they're going to do foreign exchange between cryptocurrencies, fiat currencies, all these different things, all on their World Book. They're going to have a matching engine for all of that stuff. So that way, high liquidity in the markets, better trades, all of this. So QASH is one that people have talked about that could potentially be huge in the future because it will enable a lot more money to enter the cryptocurrency market space. Right now it's at 68th position, $323 million market cap. If this is one that can get dominance in terms of foreign exchanges and getting a whole bunch of money into the cryptocurrency market space, this is one that could potentially be a lot larger. Now, this is pretty cool. This one made me think a little bit, just a wee bit. So the Federal Bank of St. Louis compares cash to Bitcoin. Now, generally, we talk about how they're completely different, but they bring up a couple points that could be like, meh, okay, made me think. So, they say cash and Bitcoin are kindred spirits of sorts because Bitcoin and cash share a limited supply. Now, before you say, what the fuck, Randall, you're lying, while it's pretty obvious for Bitcoin, it's not necessarily the case for cash because central banks just print money whenever they want. But the amount of cash actually has to be compared with the reserve balances held by the Fed and the currency in circulation. So apparently with cash, there's a limited supply based on whatever numbers they want to write in a book. There's no true limited supply, but there is. You gotta have an open mind for this one. Also, financial freedom angle. So there's no middlemen involved in cash, and Bitcoin's similar, except for that there are middlemen involved in cash, like the banks, the central banks, things like that. Whereas Bitcoin, not so much. Maybe the miners, they could be considered middlemen because if they all stop mining, no Bitcoin. So that made me think a little bit. But other news. So a couple days ago, the NASDAQ CEO, this was big news because she said she'd be open to becoming a crypto trading platform when the market matures. That could be huge because NASDAQ is like a $10 trillion trading thing. So if they get just half of the people trading, that's a lot of money. But shortly after that, NASDAQ and Bank of America said cryptocurrencies pose a threat and should be regulated. While some people might say this is bad news, I tend to think this might actually be good news because, like things like you're not worried about, you just ignore them. Like, I know for girls, for instance, any ladies who might be watching, if there are guys that you're not interested in, you just ignore them. Same thing with like banks and cryptocurrencies. If they were not scared about them, they would just ignore them. But because banks are actually scared of cryptocurrencies taking away the money that they make, the power that they have, everything like that, they actually say they pose a threat. So this is good news. Good news, definitely. And they should be regulated. And actually these regulations, while they may seem like a bad thing, they could actually be a good thing for the future because that's going to allow a lot more institutional investors to get in, a lot more money to flow in, and that way a lot more money to flow into our pockets. The main thing, one of the main things that they always talk about are ICOs, how they're pump and dump schemes, how they're scams, things like that, and then also money laundering. So those are like the big major negatives about cryptocurrency with the anonymity, money laundering, and ICO scams. So those are the big negatives, but the big positives are brand new currency for the world. Now, another article about Bank of America this weekend, they actually closed a 3-year-old girl's account because she was trading crypto. But she wasn't trading crypto. It was just her account. She had a connection with cryptocurrency and somewhere down, let's see, because her risk profile no longer aligns with the bank's risk tolerance, they closed her account saying the decisions were final and won't be reconsidered. Pretty crazy. Basically, I think her parents, it was kind of a difficult article, but her parents own a management company which does indeed invest in the crypto space, but it doesn't trade cryptos. And that management company's bank accounts are at a different bank, not at Bank of America, but the owners of the management company are that daughter's parents, and they have Bank of America accounts along with the daughter. They open up an account to fund her college fund, which is a dumb investment because college is like the dumbest thing you could ever do. It's the biggest scam perpetrated aside from BitConnect itself. But anyways, they were a different bank, and Bank of America saw the connection, closed the accounts. So we will end with some happy news this weekend. This Monday. It's not the weekend. This Monday we will end with some happy news. So Bitcoin.com fraud lawsuit group gaining steam with over 1,000 members. All right. Basically, in an attempt to sue Bitcoin.com over alleged fraudulently presenting Bcash as Bitcoin has gained support of over 1,000 people. I'm surprised it's only 1,000 people. I'm going to go sign up for this one. You guys might want to sign up for this one. Let me just tell you a tale. I mean, aside from Bcash owning Bitcoin.com and @BTC Twitter handle and always saying that Bcash is Bitcoin and Bitcoin is Bitcoin Core, which I'll show you right here. If you take a look at their website, bitcoin.com, look at this. What happened to Bitcoin? The Bitcoin Core, BTC, network is in trouble. Due to high fees and slow transaction times. Well, as a matter of fact, right now, fees for Bitcoin and Bcash transactions are exactly identical. Bitcoin Cash is the upgrade that solves these problems. However, wouldn't this be the upgrade that solves the problems? The Lightning Network, right now, passed over 2,000 nodes with over 5,600 open channels. Capacity of $150,000. Now, right now, it's not in production mode, but you can send Bitcoin instantly, which is faster than Bcash. I'm sorry, you can send Bitcoin Core, right? Instantly for 1 Satoshi per transaction or less. Instantly for less than 1 Satoshi per transaction. Now, how could Bcash beat that? I don't think they can. But anyways, let me tell you a story about the North American Bitcoin Conference, which should have been named the North American Bcash Conference because it was sponsored by Bcash, Bitcoin.com, and they had a big thing there, a big booth, right as you enter the part where they have all the vendors, okay? Big booth that says Bitcoin.com. They have these sexy girls whose pants say bitch please, BCH please, and basically they're like, hey, you want to get some Bitcoin? Here's some information about Bitcoin, and it was all stuff about Bcash. And then basically they're doing that with everything. They're trying to convince people, hey, it's Bcash. Even Eric Voorhees chimed in the other day saying, Roger, please stop referencing me to back up your opinion that Bcash is Bitcoin. It isn't. Bitcoin is the original chain originating from the Genesis block with the highest accumulated proof of work. The Bcash fork failed to gain majority, thus is not Bitcoin. However, they still try and try and try. You can get a Bitcoin.com wallet. It says your Bitcoin wallet is ready, and then it loads it up with Bcash. See, they're deceiving people, intentionally deceiving people. Okay, so whatever. If people wanted to invest in an altcoin, they could go invest in Bcash. But you can't tell people that Bcash is Bitcoin because when they're new, they get in thinking they're buying Bitcoin, and they're not. Lastly, last one, guys. Ether, $2,500 per Ethereum by the end of 2018. Talk about speculation galore. So there is a lot of speculation going on recently. We've seen predictions for Bitcoin $250,000 by 2022. We've seen $700,000 overall. We see $4 trillion market cap with $40 trillion market cap possible. Well, this is the newest one from DeVere Consultancy, saying that they see Ether hitting $2,500 by the end of 2018. For it to do that, right now, we would need to have almost 4 to 5x what the market cap is at right now. So we would need to see $1.6 to $2 trillion market cap. If that happened, hell yeah, I'd be happy. Hell yeah, I'd be partying. And that would be pretty exciting. So that's all the news that's fit to print, guys. That's all the news for today. I hope you guys enjoy yourself, had a good weekend. I hope you guys made a lot of money this weekend. And yeah, so if you guys have any coins you want me to review, ICOs you want me to review, anything like that, please leave it down in the description or in the comments. And I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.